Hello everyone, I am Bhumika Mahida. Today my topic is Achebe's great comparison through the poem Vultures from the paper The African Literature. Chinua Achebe was a Nigerian novelist, poet, critic who is regarded as a dominant figure of modern African literature. And we considered his novel Things Fall Apart as his great work. Then we come to our topic Vultures by Chinua Achebe. About the poem, I want to tell that it is a dark and somber piece that focuses on the Belsen concentration camp and a commandant who works there. By using several visual and olfactory imagery, Achebe creates a dark and filthy environment in the poem, and it depicts a truthful picture of a Belsen concentration camp. And the fetid smell of rotting humanity inside him gets featured through the imagery of the vultures. And the poem is divided into four sections. First one is describes two vultures sitting high up on a dead tree. Uh, it is about lines uh, first to 21, and the second one is that love is described as a person who chooses to ignore evil. uh, between 22 to 29, a Nazi commandant walks home with fumes of burnt flesh in his nose and stops to buy sweets for his child. Between 30 to 40, the poet reflects that goodness exists within evil, but that evil also exists within good. Between 41 to 51, then lot many imagery used by the poet in this poem, like the dryness and drizzle of one despondent dawn, broken bone of a dead tree, smooth based in head, a pebble on a stream, a dump on of gross feathers, a swollen corpse in a water-logged trench, called a telescopic eyes at the things in its bowel, going home for the day, fumes of human roast, hairy nostrils, wayside sweet shop, tender offspring, daddy's return, icy caverns of a cruel heart, the very germ of that kindred love, the perpetuity of evil. And about the structure of this poem, the poem is written in four stanzas, as we know, and it contains lots of enjambment lines, giving the poem a fast pace, but with the with a jarring rhyme that mirrors the dark tone of the poem. The first stanza is considerably larger than the over three, taking up 21 lines, and that are all very short. The other three stanzas are 8, 11, and 11 lines long, respectively. And come to our main concern, that what is the comparison in this poem, and why I have made the title that great comparison for this poem. So in this answer, this poem's title contains a metaphor. Through the title, Achebe implicitly compares the commandants at Belsen camps of two vultures for their cruelty and cold-blooded nature. Bergen-Belsen camp Belsen camp is a Nazi concentration camp. It was established as a prisoner of war camp in 1943, and Achebe refers to a commandant working at the Belsen camp and his ignorance of the fetid smell of human roast around him. And the second section of the poem describes that commandants of Belsen, which was a Nazi concentration camp where thousands of Jewish people were murdered and their bodies burned during World War II. As with the vultures, the commandant's love for his family makes his evil deeds in being responsible for thousands of deaths seem even worse. And I have bring some images for this camp. These two camps are stayed in Poland, and it was called Auschwitz and Belsen. Here are some pictures of these camps. This is the picture of Belsen camp. And crematorium ovens. This is the picture of dead bodies of Jewish people, and here is my work cited, and thank you very much all.
Yes, questions?
My question is, why was the poem Vulture written? Means, what thinking or reason of poet to write this poem?
As my viewpoint, after writing this poem, poet must had a reason like he want to highlight the link between human and nature.
This Bhumika. My question is that while reading the poem, before we are studying this poem, what was the first impact of the title of the poem Vultures, according to you?
Okay. The title considers, as we know that title considered a metaphor, and there in the title there is a comparison between human and the nature, and for through this comparison, Achebe wants to connect the human and nature's aspects like their cruelty and cold-blooded nature.
Okay, so move in this direction. So two, three things. There were good images that you have given, which is appropriate to what you are making the argument. So that was good, appropriate images were used. But still you are not giving alphabetical order to your citations, and you are not incorporating those things in this presentations also. So those changes, I hope by tomorrow it will come in the slides. Okay, so next one now.